Welcome to another episode of Chad Sports Talk. You don't know my name's Chad. Take a dive on sports. And welcome to the NBA playoff update video. That's right. The second round of the NBA playoffs are completed. The results are in. And I didn't do so hot in this one. I did pick a few teams to win and pretty much went 50-50. And with a couple of game sevens, I called all series to go 7 games. Only 2 did. The other 2 went 6. The 2 that went 6, I actually called those winners in 7, so I'm happy with that. My pick for the champion has been eliminated. So before I get into all those gory details of this, the past round and my picks for coming up, if you could go ahead, smash that thumbs up for me. It really pleases you two guys out. Really help promote this channel out. You can also subscribe. I'll have you guys review my work. Not me if you subscribe. It doesn't cost you a dime. It helps me provide more entertainment value for you. Now we look at this past round. The 2 other series that went 6 games. That was Miami taking on Philadelphia and Golden State taking on Memphis. Now, both of those I did pick Miami and Golden State to win in 7 games. However, it did in 6. For Philly, it was just because Harden was not there. He showed up for 1 game and 1 game only. Embiid actually provides some spark when he returned to the lineup after suffering that fractural overbone. And yeah, there, the mask is gone, the game is on. He's had a lot of those signs out there. And they were able to even up the series, but there's just too much Miami. Very well coached team. Jimmy Butler has really blossomed in his own right once again. Even after doing stellar in Chicago and stops in Minnesota and Philadelphia, he's finally landed again, really doing what he was picked to do when he went to Chicago. He's living up to that hype now. He is the stars that Heat team, and he's trying to take the Heat back to the finals for a second time in 3 years. And they knock off Philadelphia in 6 games. Out west, it was John Morant was the human highlight reel for this year. But this series between Memphis and Golden State was very testy. A lot of questionable calls. People calling some questionable antics. Not the case. I don't think a lot of those things. Questionable calls, definitely, but it's just playing basketball. I remember the physical style in the NBA used to be, especially in the playoffs. So that one I didn't test too much. I know a lot of people kind of question the John Morant, saying that he grabbed a knee, which took him out. It wasn't intentional, but with Golden State actually came up with like 1 game in that series where they were just a lame duck, but they have bounced back. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson have both revitalized themselves. Draymond Green's being a figurehead in the defense, so Golden State was able to knock off Memphis in 6. We'll head back out east with the 7-game series between Boston and Milwaukee. I didn't have Boston come out in the first round anyway, so I figure, okay, Milwaukee take care of them 7. I know Boston's a very good defensive team. And this series actually went back and forth, depending which team would show up. And that's the whole thing. Who was going to show up when things mattered? Who was going to step up to the role? Would it be Giannis? Would it be Jason Tatum? Or would it be something completely different? Drew Holiday for the Bucks. The Bucks definitely missed Hamilton in this one. There was just something about the team just wasn't what they were last year, and unknown stars from Boston really stepped up to the role, and they knocked off Milwaukee. The defending champion Bucks are now out of the playoffs. Boston moves on to the Eastern Conference Finals to take on Miami. We on the other side of the last series. That's Phoenix and Dallas. Phoenix was my pick to win it all. When these playoffs started, I thought it was a very well coached team, very well balanced team. They jumped out early with Luka missing for the Mavericks, but they could not close them out. They let Dallas come back in. Jason Kidd was able to come up with a game plan to take out Chris Paul out of the equation and try to put everything on Devin Booker. And it's just there was enough pieces for Phoenix to kind of help out. And the chess game, you can tell between these two coaches, and Jason Kidd won it. That game 7 was horrendous. Luka took on the entire Phoenix Suns in the first half, and they tied for first half points at 27. That's right, Phoenix had 27 points in the first half in the game 7 at home. Let's just sink that one in. The Phoenix had no answers. They couldn't adjust. They couldn't do anything correct, and they were just flat-footed. They were gassed. They were done. They were shell-shocked. They were not themselves. And Dallas just, knocked them out and are advancing to the conference finals to take on Golden State. So now that, my Western Conference pick and my NBA champion's now gone, who am I going to pick now? Who's my ride and die now? We'll go back at East. Miami and Boston. Boston right now, I've been overlooking them the entire series, this entire playoffs. I'm going to say entire playoffs. I mean, I did say they were losing 7 to the Nets and then sweeping them. I said they'll lose in 7 to the Bucks, and they beat them in 7. So eventually, I'm going to get them right about the Celtics. So, but Jason Tatum and Jimmy Butler be an interesting matchup between those two. Boston's defense is definitely one of those very unique aspects, and they can. You might beat them one game, and they'll adjust their game plan the next game to adhere to your new attack strategy. And I think for Miami, will find a way to do that. They were able to do that with Atlanta. They were able to do that with Philadelphia. Be able to isolate the key stars and let someone else beat them. And for me, I think they can do that against Boston. There's a reason why Miami is, number 1 team in the East. And I will go ahead and still stick with Miami to come out of the East like I did in the beginning of these playoffs. But, they're going to knock off the Celtics in 7 instead of the Bucks. But as we seem to be noticing that trend in these playoffs, I'm right by 50% of the time, which also means I'm wrong 50% of the time. So which one is it this one? Which side of the coin am I going to land on this particular pick? Now with Dallas and Golden State, this one's going to be more difficult because who do I pick? Luka Doncic and the Mavericks are just riding high of their dominance of Phoenix. And they'll just completely eliminate any sorts of threat. Now the problem with Golden State is even though if you take out Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, there's other players who are starting to step up the role. So there's more weapons on the Warriors than there is on the Suns. They are riding high. They took out one of the premier teams in the Western Conference and the Grizz. They knocked off the 2-time MVP now, Jokic. So they have a ways to be able to isolate and contain and do what they have to do. And I really think the Warriors will be able to get past Dallas and get back into the NBA Finals once again. And I am going to say this series will probably go 6. I know I've been writing 7 for so long, but this time I'm going to go 6 games for these two. And we're just going to see how this will happen. Now you're going to have Miami taking on Golden State in the finals. In this particular aspect, I will probably still go. Right now I'm going Golden State to take it all. I'm going to keep with the West, and I'll say Golden State takes everything. But we'll see after the conference finals to see how well my picks go. Hey, those are my picks. I'm sticking with the Heat. Now I'm going to ride with the Warriors. Let me know what you think down below. Who you think going to be making it to the finals, and is your final pick still in, or is if not, which one of these four are you gonna pick to lift the really newly redesigned O'Brien Trophy? Let me know down below once you're there. Once again, you can hit that thumbs up. You can also share the video with friends and family. And once you subscribe, make sure you hit that bell notification so that it lets you know next time I post a video. And I will see you next time on Chat Sports Talk.